What's next?
Zobaczmy, moi drodzy, co tam nowego w klasiku. O! What's next w klasiku? Dowiedzmy się, zobaczmy. Czy Wrath of the Lich King będzie dalej istniał? Jakie zmiany w kataklizmie wprowadzą?
Hi!
Hola!
My name is Ana Resendez, and I am one of the 2 lead software engineers on the World of Warcraft Classic team. Today, today I will be joined by 3 other of my members of the Classic team. Josh Greenfield, our senior producer.
Okay.
Nora Valera, my fellow lead software engineer.
Okay.
And Tim Jones, our team's lead designer.
Ja pierdzielę. Co za typ?
It is an honor for us to represent the Classic team and talk to you about so many of the things we're working on WoW Classic.
Dobra, pokaż
So
mi.
today, let's talk about the Classic journey so far, plus Cataclysm Classic, Hardcore, and our newer season, Season of Discovery. Yeah.
Yeah, czat.
So you know, WoW Classic was announced at BlizzCon 6 years ago. And ever since that
6
day,
lat temu,
the team
czajcie?
worked really hard to bring those precious memories of WoW to you and to me.
Spite wuda, żeby
The
zapomnieć.
Classic journey officially started when you joined us in 2019 back in Azeroth, creating a new character. Remembering the importance of having a good wand and being careful of how many mobs you pull at a time.
Tak, pamiętam.
We went through the journey of getting your first mount and feeling like you were riding the most powerful machine,
Tak
making
jest.
all those level 10s jealous of your speed.
Yes,
Eventually,
szmaty.
we hit 60 levels, and we went on to face some of the most iconic challenges, including the Fire Lord himself, Lord Ragnaros.
Ragnarosa.
We ran the gong of Anchorage and saw new Scar Lords walking among us. We completed our journey at level 60 by adventuring into Naxxramas with 39 other of our friends.
Kurde, nikt nie ma takiej energii
In
jak ten,
2021,
nie? Jak Krzysiu
the Dark
Mocny.
Portal opened, and us brave heroes stepped forward into a new world to face the Born Legion. In Outland, we learned to fly and see the world from a different perspective. And after killing many Talbot, we contested Illidan. and turned
Czy
south.
jakby niepoprawne politycznie jest
maybe we
stwierdzenie,
were
że
prepared
trudno
after
czasami ją
all.
zrozumieć, nie? W zasadzie, kurczę,
Later on, we explored the coldest
jakby ja doceniam,
continent
że
of
mówi,
Azeroth.
jakby i
We are
przekazuje
out to
informacje,
Northrend,
ale czasami
via
trudno jest
both
zrozumieć, nie?
Zeppelin,
Tak jakby...
And we started hearing about the presence of the Lich King. We became masters of vehicles. And if you're like me, indeed press that red button.
Ja klikałem.
Oops. All to prepare ourselves for the ultimate combat and defeat the Lich King on top of Icecrown Citadel. You know, as you heard earlier from our executive producer, Holly, our journey will continue into Cataclysm Classic in 2024. The Classic journey started with you
O, ten kurde,
as a love letter to the WoW community.
love letter, kataklizm.
We asked what you wanted, you responded to us, and we listened. And as we move onward, we look to bring new Classic experiences to life, Kata and beyond. We're driven by smart
Beyond?
changes as informed by you.
Beyond, Boże,
so this
kurwa,
is
ja
Kata
mówię,
for you.
okej, sorry, przepraszam.
You know, but before we talk about all the changes that we're bringing to Cataclysm Classic, let's
Ej,
talk
login
about
screen do
some of
Kata
the
był
features
dojebany,
that will
nie?
be returning as your journey to the new level cap to 85.
Goblin Wargedy.
Goblins will be joining the Horde.
Nowe
Morgans
zony,
will be
kurde.
joining the Alliance.
Hyjal, Washir.
Morgans, go! Cataclysm also unlocks a bigger combination of classes and races. For players that like to play
Paladin-
as a Night Elf Mage, your time is now.
Night Elf Mage, Dwarf
Transmogs
Mage,
are coming
Paladin,
back into Cataclysm.
Tauren,
Start getting
Priest
those ideas
Gnome,
ready for your next Transmog contest.
Hunter, Human.
For the explorers, there's also where archaeology makes its debut.
Tak, archeologia.
And for our PvP fans, rated backgrounds are
Only
coming
fans.
back. Yeah, love PvP. The world will
Dwie
be
łapy
changed
będą,
after
kurde.
Sharding of Deathwing. No giant swords just yet, but big changes to Azeroth nonetheless.
No giant swords.
Along with graphical improvements, literally thousands of new quests await you across different continents. And of course, you will also be able to unlock flying in Azeroth. As the world changes, it comes with some of the most iconic dungeons and raids that you have ever experienced. All in all, this comes with 5 new zones, 10 new dungeons, and 7 new raids.
Woo,
And
let's go!
speaking of those raids, Cataclysm had a hugely varied opening tiers of raiding, including
Nexus Sleeper Chat.
Bastion of Twilight, where after defeating our two-headed mage Cho'Gall, a surprise appearance from Sinestra awaits.
Sinestra, no, to
Later,
kurde,
we will
Sinestra
venture into
ruchana przez Deathwinga.
Firelands, soaring through rings of fire against Alice Razor, and
Alice Razor.
seeing Ragnaros take his first baby steps. They grow up so quickly. This is just some of what we know, but what are we bringing new to Classic? What's new for Cataclysm Classic?
Nogi
We have
Ragnarosa,
seen a
tak, to
ton
jest-
of positive feedback in the community around the new Titan Rune dungeon system in Grad, or as you might know it
Wow,
as
zajebiste
Heroic
są te nowe
Plus,
feature'y, nie?
allowing you new deterministic opportunities to gear up. So we're excited to bring the spirit of those forwards into Cataclysm,
New
for you to
dungeon
experience these
difficulties and
new takes on
Okej,
Cataclysm
czyli będą
dungeons.
znowu alfa, bety,
We will
tak?
be making updates to the guild advancement system introducing Cataclysm.
Guild-
We want to
co?
ensure that guilds that are on the smaller side are not
system,
left
okay.
behind.
Właśnie
In
to oni
past
zrobią
years,
z levelowaniem
we heard
gildii.
from you about wanting to have collections UI in Classic. So we're happy to have introduced that in our final patch of Graph. And now transmogs will live in it too, and they're going to be account-wide. So get all those alts together and get all
Okej,
that
czyli
gear.
będą account-wide te.
Classic give us the opportunity to revisit the cadence at which we release content and patches. I think we all know when a patch has overstayed its welcome,
Faster
which is
patch
why
cadence.
we're excited to announce that Cata Classic will be experienced at a faster rate,
Czyli będzie
faster than the
szybsze
original.
patche.
And with that,
I szybsze
we're
levelowanie
also
do
making
80.
changes to the leveling speed for new characters to get to level 80.
Okej.
But these are just some of the changes that are coming to Cataclysm Classic. We also have other topics of discussion in the team.
Guild Progression to
but
jest ciekawa
as we
rzecz,
said,
kurde, bo to był
WoW
patologia
Classic
później.
started as a love letter to the community, and we continue to look to you and you to provide great feedback. So if you're here at BlizzCon, please swing by the Darkmoon Fair that is over there. There's a mailbox where you can submit any questions you have, and for those of you at home, talking to you, there's going to be open threads in all the WoW forums in every region, and we look forward for your thoughts about all things Classic.
Nowe forum otwarte,
Thank you
na które
again for
będziecie mogli
taking
mieć
this journey with
wyjebane, bo nie
us
czytacie
as we
europejskiego forum,
venture
kurwa
forward
mać.
into our mysterious future. Speaking of the amazing contributions from the community, let's talk about hardcore. Yeah, hardcore. Yeah. So I have a question for people here. Who here has
Hardcore.
made it to level 16 hardcore?
No ja mam 22
Yeah,
chyba, czy
that's
4.
very impressive. That's really, really impressive. But, okay, who here has died before level 16 hardcore?
No
Yeah,
niestety, wyjebałem się na Centaurach na Disconnectie.
me too. You and I, my friends, that has happened. But in fact, you're not alone. Yeah.
Ile hunterów umiera?
You
Boże,
can
jakimi
join the
jesteście kurwa
graveyard
debilami,
alongside
no.
all these characters,
Jak można
including those
hunterem umrzeć,
unfortunate
nie?
hunters.
Jak można
So
hunterem umrzeć?
here are
Ty? Proszę
updated
mi
stats
opowiedz.
from end of last month.
Boże.
And for our next information of data here, I do not have a data table for this, but let's take a look at some reenactments of the 3 most common environmental deaths in hardcore.
Ja się wyjebałem szamanem, dostałem
who
Disconnecta.
else was looting that final mob and forgot to take a look at their breath meter? Or maybe you were too busy typing in the chat in Ironforge and became one with the Great Forge.
Czat! W tym momencie szybko się wylogowujecie. Jak wpadniecie do lawy, wylogujcie się
Or
i
you
wejdźcie
misjudged the
charakter
distance
unstack
and
robicie
gravity
wtedy.
gave you a moral reminder.
I was teleportuje na
I've been
cmentarz
there.
chyba, czy coś takiego. Więc
Yeah, I
taki
mean,
friendly reminder.
These are some dumb ways
Bo jak
to
jesteście w
die,
tej lawie,
but
to jesteście cały czas w
on the
mieście,
opposite
nie?
side,
Więc możecie się
there are
instant
so much
wylogować.
more heroic ways to die. And we have been super excited to see how players have engaged with our new feature, Duel to the Dead. Mokora. Yeah. We're very impressed by the community events and all the players that have been brave enough to participate in them. It takes a lot. But as Holly mentioned earlier today, we have a new optional rule set coming to hardcore. So
Co nowe?
we are excited to officially announce,
Co nowe?
officially announce that Self-Found will be coming to hardcore in early 2024.
Okay. Self-found, moi drodzy, czyli będziecie mogli zaznaczyć sobie opcje, w których nie będziecie mogli tradeować i tak dalej, tak dalej.
Use the mail
Nie będziecie
or use
mogli
the action
maili
house
wysyłać,
until you
tradeować i
reach
tak
max
dalej, nie?
level. We hope that you
Aż do
join
max levela.
us to take on this new challenge. So yeah, on behalf of the Classic team, thank you so much for joining us on the Classic journey so far. And we can't wait to see you back in Azeroth.
Ja bym chciał brawa dla tej pani.
I know everybody wants to hear more about the Season of Discovery, so I'm gonna bring in
mimo że
my senior producer,
nie zrozumiałem wielu
Josh
rzeczy,
Greenfield.
to duże brawa, że w ogóle wyszła, przyznam szczerze. Jakby... Brawa, serio, naprawdę. Bo jakby kurwa to trzeba mieć odwagę, że ktoś z angielskim, który jest no trochę na gorszym poziomie, wyjdzie i poprowadzi panel, kurwa.
Wow, look at this crowd. Hello BlizzCon. My name's Josh Greenfield, and I'm the senior game producer on WoW Classic. I'm here to talk to you today about our new season for Classic World of Warcraft, Season of Discovery.
No dobra.
Today, I'm going to give you an introduction and an overview of what our season is at a very high level, as well as giving you an idea of what our major features are. After this overview, I'm going to hand things off to a few other Classic team members to dig into some specifics about what I'm going to cover. So let's go ahead and jump in. So it seems fitting to start off talking about discoveries. It's in the name after all, so it seems pretty important to the season.
Dobra, co tam jest takiego?
When you first start a character in Season of Discovery, it'll look and feel identical to original World of Warcraft. You'll slay kobolds, you'll give lazy peons a bonk, all the kind of normal things you do when starting fresh in World of Warcraft. When you get to around level 2, however, in the starter zone, your class trainer will offer you a new quest. And this is to go find your first rune. We'll talk about runes in a little bit more in a minute.
Aha, czyli te runy to szukasz.
After that intro quest, the game simply tells you, go find more. And that's kind of where discoveries
Aha,
come
te
in.
runy to ty będziesz
Discoveries are
szukał po
essentially
świecie.
secrets hidden throughout the game world. They usually aren't quests in the traditional sense. There's nothing on your map to show them to you. This is Classic after all. And some may be as simple as a treasure coffer deep in a kobold mine, but many are small events kind of unto themselves, oftentimes requiring more than one player, a little bit of
premierą będziecie mieli cały poradnik na WoWheadzie, gdzie wszystko znajdziecie i tak dalej, więc
One of the things we love about Azeroth is the sense of awe and wonder it
Patologię
inspires. It's a
dzisiejszego
massive
gamingu.
world. But due to the kind of solved nature of original WoW, it can sometimes feel a lot smaller than it did when we first started our adventures. Discoveries are a way to disrupt that a bit. Keep the world familiar, comfortable, but add enough new things to find to evoke that sense of adventure and exploration we first felt when we stepped foot in Azeroth. Beyond the next hill, deep in the next crypt or cave, something exciting could be hidden. One other thing we love about discoveries is this social and information sharing aspect. For those first few weeks of each phase, we hope to find secret finding communities pop up, both in and out of game, as players scour Azeroth to find all these little hidden things. We can't wait to read general chat as players begin sharing what they found with each other in real time. We think that social and info sharing aspect is super exciting, and we can't wait to see how long it takes for all these little secrets to be found. In order to preserve this sense of discovery, we will not be holding a public beta or PTR for Season of Discovery.
O, ciekawe. No dobra, no to jest okej.
Thank you, yeah.
Fajne. Dobrze, to jest bardzo dobre.
We want day one of Season of Discovery to feel as fresh and full of surprises as we can. So we're taking a chance here to keep those first few weeks as exciting as possible.
Mega mi się to podoba.
The last thing we'll say about discoveries now is that we wanted to craft them in a way that really felt at home in original WoW. Many times when playtesting amongst ourselves, we'd find a new NPC or an object, and someone would hesitate and say, like, is this from 2004? Is this new? And we're like, yeah, it's new. That's new to the season. And to us, that's a great success. The idea here is that these things feel as like a natural part of Azeroth as it was at this point in WoW's history. Next, let's talk a little bit about level-banded content phases and what that means.
Właśnie, kurde.
In essence, level-banded content phases are how we're going to approach the level-up journey in Season of Discovery. When we initially launch, the level cap in Season of Discovery will be level 25.
Okej.
After a number of weeks, the level cap will increase to a higher level for the next phase.
Czyli po paru
So,
tygodniach kolejna faza.
Why a level
kolejny
cap of
level, okej.
25 to start with?
Tak, to jest to,
Well,
co mówiłem.
our inspiration for this actually came from the WoW
Classic
Classic
beta,
beta in
no.
2019.
To było
We
to.
saw how much fun the game was when the level was capped at a lower level and how players would find new and exciting talent and item combinations
Tak,
to
to było
optimize
fajne.
around. And this is
Ja się
something
dobrze
we've
bawiłem,
always
bo byłem
looked
na
back
tej
fondly
becie.
on, and it's something we've wanted to sort of explore ever since. We also realized how approachable an initial lower level cap could be. We talk a lot internally about approachability on WoW Classic and respecting players' time. There's a major goal of this level banded approach to really give you a chance to get into it. One of the things we really consistently see on forums or social media too is it too late to start? And oftentimes we'll hear this literally within a day or two of a new release. And obviously it's never too late to start playing Classic WoW. But as we've all, grown into additional responsibilities and found ourselves spending maybe a little less time playing games than we used to, we can definitely feel that sense of kind of fear of missing out or FOMO when we log in after a long week and see our friends 10 or 20 levels ahead of us. And for that, this level banded approach is perfect. There will be plenty to do in each new leveling journey, from the quests and dungeons and battlegrounds we all
spoko,
know
bo generalnie
and
masz
love,
wtedy
to finding
parę
all the brand new
endgame'ów tak
things to
jakby,
discover
nie?
across Azeroth.
Parę
And
miejsc,
then
którymi
later
se
on,
bawisz się i
leveling new alts
optymalizujesz.
to
To
find
jest
all of their
akurat
hidden
fajne.
discoveries as well. There's lots to do, but we're hoping that you won't ever feel that sense of being
Po jakimś czasie
behind
znowu masz,
just
kurde,
because you couldn't
parę
play on a
leveli do
given
wbicia,
day.
nie? I nowy kontencik.
We also plan to give a very sizable experience boost to the previous level band every time we raise the level cap. This is kind of similar to Joyous Journeys and Wrath Classic, if you're familiar with that. So
Okej,
even if
czyli
you
jak
miss a phase
podnoszą level,
or
to
once a level in
jakby
all,
też
you'll be able
przyspieszą
to
levelowanie
catch
na
up to your
niższych
friends in
levelach.
no time.
Shaman Tank, będzie Shaman Tank, tak. Już żeśmy nawet widzieli.
So the next thing we want to talk about is in-game at level cap. So when we kind of decided on this level banded content approach, we had to kind of sit down and ask ourselves, what is in-game when the level cap is 25? And first, I think it makes sense to talk a little bit about our inspiration. And this is something we really keep coming back to a lot on Classic. Since this is a version of original WoW, we wanted to start out grounded in familiar locations and put the focus for the new stuff on fresh gameplay and mechanics in those iconic dungeons and locales. To that end, our first raid in Season of Discovery will be the iconic dungeon, Black Fathom Deeps, reimagined as a 10-player raid instance.
Nice. Już widzieliśmy te fajne dwie mechaniki bossów, są takie spoko. Bardzo proste, ale spoko.
Next, one of our main goals is to ensure that these are fully featured, deep, satisfying raids, and not simply the addition of a few mechanics to existing encounters as they were in 2004. All of these encounters are a full ground-up redesign and should feel like proper raid encounters. And of course, with new raids comes lots of new loot.
Jeszcze nie mówili nic o wodku.
In addition to raids, we also really want to play up that PvP aspect. And as a result, we're planning to add several outdoor PvP events to the game as the level caps increase.
Oho.
Thank you.
World PvP jakiś będzie, kurde.
Lastly, one of the things we're most excited about is where we go when we start getting to higher levels. We are leaving the door open to the possibility of completely new experiences and the prospects of exploring previously unfinished or unused locales for future raid and dungeon content.
Czyli taki pełny Classic Plus. Na przykład mogliby zrobić w klasiku Mount Hyal na przykład, nie? Albo jakieś takie rzeczy. To spoko, fajne.
We think that level 25 is going to be full of great, memorable gameplay that feels right at home in original WoW. But this is just the first step, and we think the best is yet to come. So next, let's kind of change gears and talk about Rune Engraving a little bit. So this is one of the most exciting new things about Season of Discovery. One of the most consistent pieces of feedback we've gotten from previous iterations of original WoW, such as our Season of Mastery, is that many players would like to try some adjustments to their favorite class or spec. We really wanted to take a chance with Season of Discovery and go kind of wild here, and we did. That's where Rune Engraving comes in. Rune Engraving is a new skill that all Season of Discovery characters know automatically on character creation. Rune Engraving allows you to gather, learn, and apply new class abilities directly to your equipment, kind of like enchants. In the initial 1 through 25 experience, you'll be able to discover runes in your chest, legs, and glove slots. And as the level cap increases, additional runes for other item slots will be discoverable over time.
Na 20
Once learned, runes are permanent and can be applied and reapplied to your gear at will just out of combat. One of the most exciting things about these runes is that they exist completely outside of the talent system, meaning that you could very realistically splash in, damage abilities with a healing talent spec, so you could solo a little bit better, or you could swap maybe to tanking ability runes to round out the tank spot in your 5-player group if you're missing one. You may also encounter previously faction-specific paladin and shaman buffs as runes, which helps bring some parity to each faction without those classes losing their unique flavor or the factions losing their unique flavor. In order to also streamline the talent system to go along with runes, we do plan to adjust the respec cost to be much more nominal in Season of Discovery, particularly at low levels.
Spoko, czyli kurde, będzie taniej zmieniać speki.
That's not all. Who knows, maybe, just maybe, someday, you won't be constrained to just one talent spec in Season of Discovery. Who knows?
Okej, czyli dual spec na przykład.
Overall, we've been playing this a ton internally. We've been having so much fun with it. It's everything we love about Classic, plus so much more.
Classic Plus.
At this, I'd like to hand this over to one of our lead software engineers, Nowe, to talk about some specific abilities you may encounter on the different classes, as well as to talk a bit about our PvP plans for Season of Discovery. Take it away, Nora.
Parę talentów i PvP jeszcze.
Thanks, Josh. Hey, BlizzCon. My name's Nora Valletta, and along with Anna, I'm a lead software engineer on WoW Classic. There are over 100 runes in the 1 to 25 leveling bracket across all classes, and we'd love for you guys to go forth and discover them on your own.
Okay.
However, to give you an idea of what to expect, I have a few to share with you today. First things first, I want to share some of the things we had in mind when designing runes in Season of Discovery. One is to shake up the meta. Our seasonal content is a great opportunity to deliver WoW Classic, but with a twist. With our non-seasonal content, we try to deliver a classic
Mało mają swobody, nie?
experience
Wszyscy,
close to
którzy
the
tu gadają
original.
na
But
tym
with
panelu.
seasons, we have the freedom to experiment
Totalnie,
with
kurwa,
what-if
jesteś
scenarios,
pięci
such
wszyscy.
as, what if rogues could tank? What if paladins did have a
Rogue
taunt?
tank. Paladin z tauntem.
On that point, we wanted to introduce abilities such that each class has something special, something that other classes can point to and go, dang, that's so cool, I wish I could do that. Many of the runes you find are greatest hits remixes of popular abilities from various WoW expansions, so many of them will be familiar to you. That said, some of these familiar abilities may actually behave a little differently than you remember. Some spells and abilities you'll discover have never been introduced before in any WoW expansion.
No, tam ten
For these,
Tone of Cold szamana
we
na
were
przykład,
careful
tak.
to make sure they were an appropriate
Jest
fit
parę
for
nowych
class
rzeczy.
fantasy. Most importantly, we want Classic to continue to feel like Classic. Many of the iconic spells and abilities you've seen in various WoW expansions feel fitting for that expansion or fitting for modern WoW, but would feel out of place in Classic, so we tried to avoid introducing anything with a too modern feel and made adjustments wherever it made sense.
No kurde, tam jest parę takich
Anyways,
modern rzeczy.
Enough of that.
Divine Storm, kurwa.
Let's take a sneak peek at some of those abilities.
Dobra, dawaj.
Druids.
Poka mi druida.
In Season of Discovery, you
Skull
have
Bash.
an interrupt called Skull Bash, which can
Okay.
be used in cat or bear form.
No, Skullbash, czyli klasyczny.
Fury of Storm
umiejętność,
Rage
nie?
removes the mana cost of Wrath. Dealing damage with Wrath has a chance to make your next healing touch instant.
A, czyli dla healera
Wild
generalnie.
Growth applies a heal over time effect to your target and up
To
to
zwrot
5 nearby
odliczki.
party members.
Brat of the Lich King, Wild Growth.
Hello, Hunters.
Dobra, dawaj na
Beast
Huntera.
Mastery will increase your pet's damage, health, and focus regen.
Wow,
Growl
można
is
takiego
now a
Beast
proper
Mastery
taunt.
zrobić totalnie.
Explosive Shot
Growl
is
is
a ranged
tauntem.
damage over time ability.
Explosive
and
Shot!
Lone Wolf gives you a damage boost if you have no active pet.
Wow, 25
Pair this
obrony,
with
okej.
dual wielding, and you've got yourself a mean melee hunter.
Ja pierdzielę, Mele Hunter.
Mages.
Ice
Ice Lance
Lancer.
is an instant frost spell that deals triple damage to frozen targets. Living Flame causes flames to erupt and chase a nearby enemy, leaving a burning trail in its wake.
No to ciekawe.
And Regeneration is a heal, which marks your target with a temporal beacon. Another rune ability called Rewind Time will heal the damage taken over the previous 5 seconds. You can heal other people with this, by the way, not just yourself. So I hope you've made room on your roster for mage
Healer
healers.
Mage, ja pierdzielę.
Paladins.
Divine Storm.
In WoW Classic,
to jest
they
taunt,
don't have a
tak.
taunt, but here it is in Season of Discovery.
To jest taunt dosłownie z tego. To jest taunt z wratem wielkim. Hand
And
of
the
Reckoning.
Reckoning is your taunt. Knowing this ability will also increase the threat bonus of Righteous Fury and cause you to gain mana when healed by other players. Crusader Strike is a weapon attack.
Crusader Strike, jej, filler.
It's a weapon attack which costs no additional mana and instead regenerates your mana slightly with each hit.
Okay.
And Seal of Martyrdom can be activated to cause melee attacks to strike other nearby targets. You'll lose health when inflicting damage with this. However, nearby party members will gain mana based on the damage you take.
Okej, aha.
Priests. You can channel penance to heal
penance.
nearby friendly targets or deal damage to enemy targets.
Okej.
Prayer of Mending heals your target the next time they take damage or receive healing.
Też zwrota do
Afterwards,
Lich King.
it'll bounce to another friendly player nearby.
Okej.
Homunculi
Co to
animates
jest?
3 miniature copies of your character, which will attack your target with a mace, a sword, and an axe, reducing their attack speed, attack power, and armor, respectively.
Ja pierdzielę, co to jest, kurde?
Rogues.
Dawaj tarczę na
From
rogu.
stealth, Shadow Strike allows you to teleport behind your target and strike for
O
a nice
moją
big chunk
mamu,
of damage.
Shindeiru.
Envenom is a finishing move.
Okay.
It deals poison damage based on your deadly poison doses on the target,
Okay.
and also increases the frequency of applying instant poison
Trochę
for some
zmieniony
time
ten Venom,
afterwards.
widzę.
Just a Flesh Wound is our rogue tank ability. You generate way more threat, you take reduced physical damage while Blade Dance is active, you're less likely to be critically hit by melee attacks, and your Feint ability turns into a taunt called Tease.
Tease. Okej, czyli możesz sobie coś tutaj tego. Lava Lash.
Lava Lash deals offhand weapon damage. Offhand. In Season of Discovery, Enhancement Shamans can dual wield with the help of another rune not pictured here. Happy hunting.
Tak, jest
Healing
dual
Rain
wielding.
is a gradual AoE heal which can be placed on the ground, or on a lamppost, or on the
Healing
ceiling.
Rain, okej, dobra.
Way of Earth allows you to perform the coveted role
Tak,
of
to już
Shaman
widzieliśmy.
Tank.
Można być tankiem. Fajnie, niektóre runy się bardzo zazębiają, to też spoko.
With this, you'll deal increased threat, you'll take less damage, and Earth Shock becomes your taunt.
Jedna runa taka
Warlocks.
mocna, nie? Też mogą tankować. Metamorfoza.
Haunt deals damage, increases all shadow damage you deal to the target, and heals you for the damage
Haunt
it
też
dealt
jest chyba
once
z
it's
wodka,
dispelled
nie?
or expires.
Tak.
Chaos Bolt
Ło,
sends a big
kurde,
beefy
widzisz,
bolt
że-
of fire at the enemy.
Ty, że
It
spierdala
always
to
hits,
strzała
it
Chaos
can't be
Boltem.
resisted, and it causes all of your fire spells
Większy
to
jest
pierce
wodka, jest
through
Chaos Bolt
absorption
też jest
effects.
wodka.
And Metamorphosis.
Zwiększa armor o 500%, zredukuje szansę,
This
żeby
is your
dostać kryta o
shapeshift, allowing you to
6%.
transform
Zwiększa
into a
threat o
demon,
100%.
similar to a druid's bear form,
Searing Pain jest
increasing your armor and reducing your
instant. Shadow
chance to be
Bolt jest
critically
Shadow
hit.
Bolt Cleave.
Searing Pain becomes instant, Shadow Bolt becomes a melee cleave, and Curse of Recklessness is your taunt.
Ja pierdzielę, to zmienia ci
Warriors.
umiejętność.
Victory Rush is a weapon attack that can be used after killing an enemy. It will heal you for a certain percentage of your health.
Okej, taki, no, żeby szybciej
Devastate
levelować.
will
na
cause
przykład.
your Sunder armor to deal main hand weapon damage, increased for each stack of Sunder armor
No,
already on the
Devastate,
target.
no.
And Raging Blow is a vicious strike that deals heavy damage, but can only be used while enraged.
Okej,
Now, this
pod
is
Fury.
just a taste of all the abilities coming to classes in Season of Discovery. And really, bottom line, we want everyone to feel OP.
Ja pierdolę. No. Making warriors less OP, making everyone OP.
Anyways, enough about runes. Let's instead turn our attention to the ancient forest of Ashenvale in northern Kalimdor.
Okej, outdoor PvP.
Ashenvale is known for its beauty, its rich natural resources, and its role as a hotly contested territory between the Horde and the Alliance. In Season of Discovery,
Dokładnie,
earning
Poppy.
kills while in Ashenvale will trigger a zone-wide PvP event.
Oho, PvP eventy.
During this
razem wiele.
event, a leader will appear in the zone for each faction, a Farseer for the Horde, and a Priestess of the Moon for the Alliance. Your objective
Postaram
is
się zrobić
simple.
Ingvar.
It's to defeat the enemy leader.
Inkuwar.
Now this is easier said than done. These leaders are tough, so you'll have to work together to take them out. In addition to the main camps where those faction leaders reside, various other camps will spawn across the zone for each faction. The Priestess of the Moon and the Farseer are each buffed by respective leaders in those smaller camps. The more of those small camps you can take out, the weaker your enemy's faction leader will become. Sounds familiar. It's much like Alterac Valley. This event
No
is
właśnie
an
chciałem powiedzieć,
awesome
takie
way to
Alterac
earn
Valley, nie?
honor, as well as reputation with Warsong Gulch factions, which allows you to unlock some of the best level 25 gear in the game.
A, bo właśnie, bo to jest na
You'll
25
also be
level.
able to earn a mount, which you can actually
Na
use at
25
level
levelu?
25, but only in Ashenvale.
A.
It will increase your speed by 50%, giving you the extra boost you need to seek and destroy the enemy.
Okej.
So,
Nowy kontencik.
come kick
Okej.
some ash in Ashenvale. I'll see you there.
Kick some ash. Aha. Hearthstone chyba jeszcze nie było.
Anyways, I've done enough talking. It's time for me to pass things off to Tim, who's going to talk to you about raids and the PvE endgame. Take it away, Tim.
Dobra, pokaż mi kurde tutaj. Dawaj Tymon.
Thank
Tym
you,
to będzie
Nora.
Tymon, nie?
Hey, BlizzCon! My name is Tim Jones, and I'm
Wygląda
the
jak Tuskar,
assistant lead
kurwa, nie?
designer on World of Warcraft Classic. Woo! Multiplayer content is the heart of World of Warcraft. Whether we're questing together, running a dungeon, crafting an item for a friend, or chatting in guild about where to find that new metamorphosis rune for Warlock, WoW offers one of the richest multiplayer experiences across all of gaming. And Season of Discovery aims to deliver on providing new group content that's both challenging and rewarding. Now first, I want everyone to take a moment with me and imagine, alongside the Zorm Strand on Ashenvale's north coast lies the ruins of an ancient elven temple to the goddess Elune. Evil stirs within, drawing the likes of the Naga and the Twilight's Hammer in search of power and anything that could hasten the coming of the old gods.
Okej.
Maybe you've been here before, maybe not. No matter your familiarity with this place, it's hard not to be drawn in by the mystique, the rich art, the level design, as well as the robust creature and spell ecology of Black Fathom Deeps. On the Classic team, we couldn't help but ask ourselves, could this amazing location be more than just a 5-player dungeon?
Zrobię z
We're
tego rajda,
excited.
no.
Get your level 25 prebis, equip your runes, find 9 of your best friends, and get ready. The Classic team is proud to announce level up raids. New instance challenges for raid groups to experience the max level for each of Season of Discovery's content bands. Woo!
Ja pierdolę.
At level 25, Black Fathom Deeps is the first level up raid that you'll experience in Season of Discovery. Groups should be easy to form.
To jest spoko.
Grab a couple
Dla mnie
tanks and
jest
healers,
zajebiste.
make a party of 10, you're
Ja
good
już
to
mówiłem.
go.
To jest
God
spoko.
knows
Pawełek, jak to
everyone and
wygląda?
their
Moim
mom
zdaniem
can tank
zajebiste.
and heal in Season of Discovery
Ja będę
now, so
grał w
that
chuj.
shouldn't be a problem. And content phases in Season of Discovery won't be as long as traditional Classic expansion patches either. And we want you to have as many opportunities to explore and plunder
Okej,
the riches within.
trzydniowe
And
lokauty
as such,
będą 10
Black
playerów.
Fathom will offer a 3-day lockout, much like the raid Zul'Gurub.
7 nowych bossów, dwie walki już widzieliśmy.
The story is the same.
Kiedy to się zaczyna?
Location
30
and creatures
listopada.
may be familiar to
Dosłownie za
some,
kurde
but the
26 dni.
challenges and
Pod koniec miesiąca
rewards
tego.
are brand new. 7 new bosses are here to both entertain and test your skills.
No to
How
już za
could we
chwilę
not
będzie, to
make
jest
great
zajebiste, ja
content
właśnie
without
kurde super.
new loot? Existing quests and rewards have also been
30 listopada to
updated
wychodzi.
for the raid as well.
Ten Season of Discovery.
And you'll even be able to find secrets within the raid. Can you solve the mystery of the Twilight Artisan? Can you find the recipes for Black Fathom sharpening stones and wizard oil? And will you be the first group to access the new world buff, Boon of Black Fathom?
Oho, nowy world buff.
Okay.
Baron
I
Aquanis,
love
tak,
your
widzieliśmy
guys'
tego bossa.
enthusiasm. This is amazing. Let's
Ta
be
rzecz
behind
była
the
na
curtain
dobre.
at what challenges await players in Black
Zawsze
Fathom.
trzeba mieć trochę, wiesz,
or as
jedną
we
stópką
affectionately
na
call it
zewnątrz.
BFD, not to be confused with BRD or BFA or BWL or BWD. You guys get the idea. Baron Aquinas, he guards the entrance. No longer a simple quest NPC. You must challenge his elemental lieutenants that inhabit the Fathom Stones and defeat him. And in doing so, you may face off against Aquinas himself atop the infamous jumping puzzle.
Tak jest, najtrudniejsza część tego, kurde.
You know, and jump you must to get in range of the Baron, but beware both the boss and your teammates, because there are many a peril that may knock you off. In all honesty, this boss is lightly tuned, and there are some hidden power-ups below the water.
Szczerze, wszystkie trzy wersje
return
wyglądają
to the
dobrze.
platform.
Rzeczy, tak.
Next off, you must face
Gahamura.
against Gamura, the fearsome turtle that's been swimming in the enchanted waters of the deeps for a long, long time.
Teraz
You know,
bić mu
exposure
tarczę,
to
tak.
these energies has granted her both power and size, but most importantly, she's now protected by a magical barrier that protects her against almost any attack.
Będzie miał
Break
rakiety.
through this barrier and start blasting
Nie, to
for
jest tak,
massive
że
damage. Get your orange part.
Zbijasz tarczę jemu, schodzą staki, w miarę ze schodzeniem staków takie bąbelki się tworzą dookoła, a później jak zbijesz mu całą tarczą, wybucha, odpycha wszystkich i cię wpierdala na te bombki, więc
Powerful
nie?
and reckless
Ej,
Nagasu who
kurde.
commands a legion of Black Fathom elite in Myrmidons.
Ja nie wiem, czy chcę, żebym im
She's a
pokazywał
formidable
królewskie basy.
foe that will overwhelm you unless you find a way to turn her own spells against her and her minions.
Aha.
You know, these three bosses round out the prologue of Black Fathom
Sneak peek,
Deeps,
dobrze.
and all three are available to fight in our demo in Hall
to
D.
złe rakiety.
Check it out.
Sneak peek.
And that's not it.
Geliast.
Witness the corruption of Gelihast and take on the march of the Void Murlocs.
Voidmur.
Break past Lorgus Jet's magical barriers and corrupted totems. Conquer your dreams as you challenge Twilight Lord Kelris. And good luck against the giant Void Hydra.
Akumai.
Seriously, you're going to need it. And not to forget, there will be
Loot
glittering
nowy.
prizes awaiting you, including some of these fancy items.
Zajebiste itemki, nie?
Now, telling you all this is great, but I think we'd rather just
10
show
tak
you.
power trinket.
So it is my pleasure to provide a quick sneak peek video of the raid,
Chest,
edited by the
130
team
armora?
itself, as though
Kurde,
it
to
was
tanka.
pulled straight from a community website in 2005. Please take a look.
Okej, no to już coś widzieliśmy, nie? Gdzie, kurwa, tak jest? Zajebisty trailer, ale to jest tak na miarę 2005 roku, tak szczerze. Bardzo... ale klimatycznie. Zajebiste. Ej, mega dobre, mega dobre. ale trailer, ty. Ale tak wyglądały totalnie trailery, kurde, WoW Classica. Tylko jakość jest lepsza. Jakby było 260p, byłoby jeszcze lepiej. Kamera tylko tak leci, kurde, tak. Warlock tank, zajebiste. Spoko, fajnie zrobili.
Well, that's it for today, guys. We're looking forward to. Oh, okay. That shouldn't be here. Okay. That should definitely.
Intruder alert.
Okay, sorry,
Gnomer
we should've,
gun, kurde. Kurde, katakumby pod Karazanem. O! Katakumby pod Karazanem będą dungeonem, kurde, jakimś override'em.
That's it for today.
Scarlet Monastery, Rise
On
Scarlet
behalf of the
Monastery.
Classic team, and as Anna mentioned at the top,
Okay.
nothing that we do in WoW Classic would be possible without all of your support
Było specjalnie?
and your voice. Thank
Nie,
you
no to
so
było
much
przez
for making the
przypadek,
dream of
stary.
WoW Classic
Nie
and
mieli tego
all the
pokazywać, tam
experiences
było
we're
napisane.
working on a reality.
Odbytencjusz, kurwa, stary.
We can't wait to see what
Głos tego
else
odbytu.
we have in store for the future. We can't wait for you to see. So please stay tuned for Hearthstone, what's next, coming up right after this. And we hope you
Nice.
have enjoyed this look ahead at what's next for WoW Classic. I want to reiterate, this is just a taste of all that you're going to uncover in Season of Discovery. And for those of you here at BlizzCon, we hope you get to take on the first 3 bosses of our Black Fathom Deeps raid on the show floor.
Zajebiste.
And for everyone else, we're so excited for you to experience it when Season of Discovery launches worldwide in just a few short weeks on November 30th!
Tak jest, 30 listopada będzie premiera tego, więc super, kurwa, ej, szykuje się naprawdę mega fajny line-up, czat. Zaczynamy z Season of Discovery, ja na pewno będę sobie w to pogrywał. Później, moi drodzy, będziemy mieli we wczesnym, jakby w pierwszej części roku, będziemy mieli Kataklizm, a później jesienią 2024 dodatek. Kurde, takie spoko. Liczyłem na ulepszenie Season of Mastery. No to jest Season of Discovery, no to jest jakby kolejny sezon. Eksperymentowanie Classic Plus, moim zdaniem naprawdę w porządeczku to wygląda. Czat, będziecie w to grali? Pytam wprost, będziecie w to grali? Bo ja tak. Jeszcze, moi drodzy, wychodzi 10.2 teraz w zasadzie wychodzi, nie? Totalnie, kurde, jest dużo rzeczy, nie? Ja w ciul pogram, a to wymaga tylko abonamentu, nie? Niech dobudują tego więcej, tak, ale on przecież powiedział, stary, zresztą widziałeś, jakie tam sneak peeki walił, nie? Oni nawet są otwarci na to, żeby robić, tam było na tym panelu, żeby robić w ogóle rzeczy, których wcześniej w ogóle nie było, nie? Na przykład Hyjal, albo jakieś tam Gilneasy, inne tego typu rzeczy, więc naprawdę wygląda to całkiem okej. Na mag zmiany w Season Mastery wejdą. No, to wyglądało naprawdę całkiem w porządeczku. Podsumowując, moi drodzy, sytuacja wygląda w ten sposób, że level cap będzie 25, będą zwiększać ten level cap, jakby inspirując się betą tego klasika, który był w 2018, ale dobrze kojarzę? Czy tam 2019 później. I kurde, to wygląda dobrze. I jest trochę zmian różnego rodzaju, więc całkiem spoko sprawa. Więc z tego co widzę, to wy też, kurde, jesteście. Dzięki za stream, BlizzCon uratował... Znaczy powiem tak, ja mam wrażenie, że World of Warcraft naprawdę bardzo dużo na tym zyskał. Znaczy myślę, że przyszłość totalnie tutaj, kurde, tego wygląda dobrze. Co z tym Blizzard zrobi? Nie wiem, ale jest dużo fajnych rzeczy i jakby początek BlizzConu totalnie tragiczny, ale te WoWowe rzeczy, no tutaj, że tak to powiem, mocno wiodły prym, nie? Mocno wiodły prym, zdecydowanie. Na początku usłyszeliśmy te Season of Destiny, myśleliśmy, że będzie gówno, ale jak posłuchałem teraz, to może być spoko. No, to może być naprawdę całkiem fun, nie? Miałem przerwę od oglądania, więc nie wiem, czy ten Season of Discovery ma zawartość zapowiadaną na mniej więcej przeciekach Classic Plus. No, tak, mniej więcej tak. Tomski, tak jest dokładnie. No, Metzen tam, kurde, pokierował, nie? Token 419 po BlizzConie, no, jest trochę dym. Nie zapomnij o tych 3 dniach wcześniej za 400 zł. Nie, no nie, to jest gówno największe, nie? To jest gówno największe. Więc Next Live pozdrawiam. Pozdrawiam, kurde.